Hi guys, I am so happy and so honoured to be here interviewing one of the UK's leading specialists on digestive health and well-being, Linda Booth. Now this lady has over 25 years in the industry. She has treated over 35,000 clients, and based on that wealth of knowledge, she has recently just launched the UK's first dedicated digestive health supplements and products just for tummies. Please, Linda Booth.
Hi.
If you would like to hear a lot more of this interview, the interview in full, comment below, request to join me over at my private Facebook group, Nature's Pharmacy. That's Nature's Pharmacy, and I will add you to the group. For those of you who are already there, we will see you soon. If you're not part of a group, join us. Okay, Linda, so I've been doing a little bit of reading about you, and I was really taken by one of your inspirations. Now, I've read that your granddad was a master herbalist.
Yes,
Can you tell me a little bit more about kind of how he inspired you?
Well, my granddad, at the age of 19, went to fight at Gallipoli in Turkey, and he got shot in the mouth. And the bullet fragmented, broke his teeth, split his tongue in two, fragmented, lodged in his spine and went into his lungs. And he had lung problems every day for the rest of his life because of that. But they shipped him back to London, and he spent 18 months at the Chelsea Hospital in London on Brompton Road, recovering and having lots of operations, to then be shipped out to the Battle of the Somme during the First World War. So he was in the trenches there. When he came home from the war, he decided to heal himself, and he found an old Culpeper herbal book that I've got that book in that
you
cupboard.
Still have it?
I have that book there. And so it's kind of in my DNA,
yeah.
an interest in natural medicine. And when I used to go and visit my grandparents, there was always something bubbling on the stove, usually nettle. He drank nettle tea every day of his adult life after he came back from the war, because nettle, you know, it's full of iron, it's a good blood builder. And he took goldenrod as well for the health of his lungs and his urinary system. So
Fantastic.
he was always making up rubbing lotions and rubbing oils, and he used to make me little pots of cream for my teenage acne.
Did it work?
That I never used. I'm not putting that on my face, Grandad. Well, I didn't say that too, but it was upsetting. But I wish I'd have listened to him more, you know. But I've got his book, I've got his herbal book.
What a vast wealth to kind of be influenced by at such a young age.
Yes, and my illustrations on my Just for Tummies pots, I wanted them to be botanical illustrations in memory of my grandfather and his herbal book, because the book at the back has got these beautiful hand-drawn and hand-painted illustrations of all the different herbs that he used.
Oh, fantastic.
That's in memory of my granddad.
A little bit I didn't know. I like that. So, can you explain to the guys at home for me the intrinsic kind of like correlation between digestive health and your immune system?
Yes, well, around 70-80% of our immune system is located in our small intestine. And so if our small intestine is not functioning properly, then that is going to affect our immune system. Also, you know, around 90% of serotonin, the happy hormone, is manufactured in our intestine as well. So again, if the intestine is struggling for whatever reason, then, you know, it's going to affect our mood. And there's a strong link between conditions like IBS and depression.
Yeah.
There's a strong link between the gut microbiome, you know, the bacteria, the yeast and the fungi that live in our intestines, and depression, as well as immune health as well.
I see a lot of people on a daily basis that, you know, suffer with some kind of anxiety or depression.
Yes.
You know, and the first thing I do is, let's look at your diet.
Of course,
you know,
yes. Yeah, let's start feeding that bacteria,
Yes.
feed your gut, yes.
Yes.
I mean, I attend lots of conferences and on the gut microbiome, and fantastic new research coming out proving that the bacteria in our intestine has such a massive influence, not just on our immune health, but on our state of mind, including anxiety as well, autoimmune disease like rheumatoid arthritis, asthma, skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis and rosacea as well. It's all to do with the gut, it's all internal.
Yeah, so a lot of these conditions aren't necessarily have an external basis, that you need to look inside and start working on the bacteria to address them as opposed to just popping pills.
Yes, yeah. And people need to eat healthy because they need to feed that bacteria, that healthy bacteria, that good bacteria. If they don't eat healthy food, if they've got a diet that's high in sugar, for example, sugar's one of the worst things, you know, you can eat in excess for the bacteria, because it will sugar is acidic, and it will just kill off billions of your friendly bacteria. And then, you know, that can cause inflammation in the lining of the gut, leaky gut where toxins can leak through the gut wall, get to your liver and, you know, compromise the health of your liver. If your liver can't cope with all the toxicity that's coming from your intestines, it will just have to spill those toxins into the blood circulation. And then that can affect your skin and, you know, your mood and your weight, of course. Yeah, big connection.
So what's the kind of the main condition that you see here in your clinic?
A lot of irritable bowel syndrome.
Would you say it's on the rise? Because I've noticed in my clinic that the amount of people that come in with those sorts of symptoms, but it hasn't been identified or they're not quite sure. Would you say the same?
Yeah, we have a real epidemic in this country, in the Western world, with functional digestive and gut disorders. So, you know, irritable bowel syndrome, chronic bloating, trapped intestinal gases, painful intestinal gases, diverticular disease, constipation, indigestion, heartburn, acid reflux. Not to mention the organic bowel diseases, inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, they're all on the increase. And when I see on social media, for example, a lovely young woman or even a lovely young man, and they have a colostomy bag on, I'm thinking, how did it get to that stage, for goodness sake, where more and more young people are having to have colostomy bags fitted?
It's definitely getting a lot younger.
It's diet and lifestyle. It's diet and lifestyle. It's, you know, some drugs come into this as well. You know, we've got the past 3 decades, the over-prescribing and over-consumption of broad-based antibiotics, steroid medication, antacids, and opioid-based painkillers.
Okay, can you kind of break down some of the symptoms that people could be experiencing in some of those conditions that you just mentioned?
Okay, so for example, irritable bowel syndrome. Around 20% of the UK population suffer with IBS, but that's a very conservative figure, because they are the people that have been to see a healthcare professional we've got a statistic for. That doesn't take into consideration the millions of people that suffer in silence because they're either too embarrassed or too ashamed to seek help. So the 2 main symptoms of IBS that I see in my clinic and customers that buy my products, my Just For Tummy products, are bloating and abdominal pain, abdominal cramp, of a digestive nature. I mean, anyone that suddenly develops abdominal bloating and abdominal pain, it needs to get checked out by a GP, especially if it's a woman, because we have to look at uterine and ovarian cancers, because the symptoms are very similar. So, you know, they will be red. Sudden onset bloating and abdominal pain would be a red flag, and I would refer them back to the GP to get checked over. If everything's okay there, the diagnosis by the GP is usually IBS, and that's what I see in my clinic. Yeah,
I have an awful lot of exactly the same, and there are some people that have been suffering for years, you know, and just take it as standard.
Decades.
That, my stomach bloats when I eat and I get a bit gassy, but, you know, that's normal. No, it's not normal. Go and have it looked at. Okay, so not many people understand flora and the kind of bacterial balance in, you know, the small intestine. So can you make it simple for those of us at home that, you know, don't quite get it?
Well, what we have to remember is that we're only 10% human. We are 90% bacteria.
Did you hear that? We are 10% human.
90% bacteria. So by that I mean that we have around 10 trillion human cells and 100 trillion bacteria. So bacteria, it lives on us everywhere, and it lives within us and without it. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it, who's carrying who?
Yes.
Are we just a vessel for the bacteria? Bacteria has been on this earth millions, billions of years before we even appeared. So we have kind of evolved with bacteria, and without bacteria we would die, we would drop dead, because our immune system, we wouldn't have an immune system to begin with. So bacteria, in particular the lactobacilli strains, they help digest our food, they help absorb nutrients in our small intestine, they help crowd out unfriendly strains of bacteria in our intestines, they help positively influence our immune system, they help prevent nasty gut infections like Clostridium difficile, which in babies and in older people can be life-threatening. The bifidobacteria that live in our large intestine, then again they help to keep the large intestine healthy and disease-free. I would always recommend a probiotic. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we should be putting probiotics in the water supply.
Yeah.
To me, they are that important.
Right.
Everything else is in the water supply.
Yeah,
I mean, let's face it.
Yeah.
And we don't know, according to the World Health Organization, we don't know the long-term health risks of our drinking water. The long-term health risks. It's okay for someone of my age, but children that are drinking our water, we don't know, because the medications that's in the water, recreational drugs as well in the water, all the hormones that are in there. So for me, the best insurance is to take a daily probiotic to mitigate those effects.
Yeah. Well, I have to say that your live bacteria is the bestseller in my clinic.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my bestseller.
Definitely. All of my clients that have been to me through Nature's Pharmacy to have diet plans, and they have the live bacteria and also the digestive enzymes.
Yes.
In their first couple of months, they feel fantastic. Their weight loss, their energy's through the roof. Mm-hmm. Now, like we were speaking before camera, a few of them feel fantastic. And what happens when we feel good? We slip up
taking them.
We stop taking them.
Yes.
And it only takes about 3, 4, maybe 5 days before they start to feel sluggish again.
Yes, yeah.
Within a couple of weeks, they're back and say, "Oh, Carly, I don't feel. Oh, something's not right."
Yes.
My first question: did you stop taking the supplements? And each and every one have said yes.
Guilty look.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is definitely, I would say, the best sellers for me.
Yes, they're my best sellers. The live bacteria probiotics and the plant-based digestive enzymes. And I recommend the live bacteria 1 capsule twice a day, before breakfast and before lunch, and a digestive enzyme in the evening before dinner. It depends. It depends how weak a person's digestive capacity is.
Yeah.
It depends what they're doing to help themselves, of course. Some people tend to find that they need to take a digestive enzyme before lunch and before dinner. And they're great for holidays. They're great for, when we go on holiday, we're out of our normal routine. Long haul travel as well doesn't help the gut. Yeah. So they're great for holidays just to give that extra support.
And if people at home want to know more, obviously you can contact me. I am an official stockist of the Just For Tummies. But where do they go for more information, Linda?
Well, yes, of course they can contact you. You know about all of the products. But they can go to the website, the Just For Tummies website. So that's www.justfortummies.co.uk. And of course they can also join Tummy Talk. My Facebook community.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So there you go. Linda Booth, so excited. Published author, over 25 years experience in the business, over 35,000 clients, has been mentioned in Vogue, in Women's Health, in
You
Magazine. The accolades are numerous. It's been fantastic talking to you today, Linda. Thank you so much for letting me come and interview you. It's been fantastic. Any more information, guys, give me a shout, comment below, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.